What is good, Instagram? It's your boy Tiger Crane representing that Cowbunga Boys, representing that SBK Spaceport crew. And yeah, um, the spirit has put on my heart to, you know, fuck with and interview a lot of the dope people that I know in my life. And yeah, I've been influenced to, yo, what's good, Ocean? Yeah, so I've been influenced to interview a couple of dope people. So Ocean, you definitely don't want to miss this episode, bro. I'm about to interview Matt, Lord SAHKE, bro. Yeah, so you can get a little inside of how two dope creatives came about. Mostly him. That's what this platform is about right now. I'm more interested in what's good with you, bro. I'm more interested in how people came about, how they got there. I don't think I'm that interesting. But I do know the fucking most interesting people. Wait, hold on, bro. Alright, yo, Matt. Yo, get in here, bro. Request. Request to get in here.
Yo,
Yeah. Oh, ooh, with the wall. My nigga Matt is lit, bro.
know me?
Sake in the fucking building, yo. Welcome.
Ugh.
Oh, chill the fuck out, bro. Yo, talk to me. Talk to me, bro. What what
What's
what
going on,
what you
bro?
got there? What you got there? Talk to me.
I found out a way to get one of my pieces turned into a pillow.
Wow. So, how long was that process?
Um, Getting it made, or at least designing and stuff like that, didn't take long. It was just getting it shipped over here. It was worth
Right.
it though. It's cool to see, or at least to try and apply it to different stuff. You know what I mean?
I do, bro. So, yo, those of you just tuning in, this is Lord Sake. It's my boy, man. We go back to like motherfucking middle school, high school type shit, bro. SBK, bro, for
Yeah,
life.
even before that.
That's a fact. Yeah, Lord Sake has been um one of the earliest artists that I know that has been consistent in his career and his art path. Famous
Appreciate you.
or none. Though Lord SAHKE will be very famous. I put that in everything, bro. No cap. You'll be very famous. So this is, the pre-trial. But even before that, you know what I'm saying? He was known for this art shit. All through the schools, people was trying to holler at him to get art pieces, this, that, and the third. So I feel like it's only right to talk to you and, see what's good. So how's your 2021 going, bro? Talk to me.
2021 is all right. I'm hanging in there. Just
All
trying to
right.
still find time to create while holding everything else together that comes with being an adult. Unfortunately.
Right. So tell me about that. What are some new responsibilities versus back when we was like in fucking high school? Like what's the biggest difference in your life?
Um, Well, as far as we was in high school, pretty much the only responsibility was being in high school. So once they, so once they let you out the door at 2 o'clock, you had the rest of the day to do whatever. Even though we were already doing it throughout the day. But I know you get older, you just find ways to find balance. But it's important. You apply it to everything else, though. The same thing with
Copy.
your artwork. You find balance between pieces and stuff like that. What's important and what's not. Pieces you can put forward and pieces you can work on later on. Shows you can do now, shows you can do later on, commission pieces and everything else.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, boom. So let's go back a little bit, man. Can let me know and let the people know. By the way, shout out to everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is more
Absolutely.
for you guys than for me. Though it's for me though. No cap. Like it's for me too. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get some game too. But it's like, yo, how like I said before, you one of the longest people that's been consistent and still adamant about their art and confident in their shit. Like what kept you so what's the word? So adamant to stay with your work, bro. Like what kept your faith in your
Oh
artistic
man.
ability this long? Is that what I want to know?
All right, I'll do one for you. But the deal is, I'm gonna answer this as long as you answer this, because you might have been done an even better job at keeping that train going than anybody else
Oh,
I know,
stop
really.
it, bro. I haven't been doing
Really
it longer
taking.
than you though, bro.
I
Like
know, I
you've
know,
been you've been
and I'll
locally
do everything I
famous
can to make
longer.
sure you keep taking steps forward. But you've taken steps in every direction.
Copy. But talk to me. Talk to me.
I
What's
I think
speaking?
it comes from a little bit of everything, because I think the same way you know are the same way that you know how it is. You sort of draw inspiration from everything. So I think as long as I'm alive and you enjoy life and you enjoy certain things and you draw inspiration from it, and therefore it turns into possibilities to be creative. You know, I mean, pull inspiration from anything. Um,
Hmm.
I know for me, every artist knows you go through slumps. You go from creating every day, all day, to there's sometimes you go months, unfortunately, without really getting anything done, and that's okay. And a lot of people get down on themselves for that, but it's all right. You got to take those breaks. But I
Yeah.
think it's important to find new things. You know what I mean? Like for me, I like to get if I haven't, or if I start getting into that slump, it's important to travel, to go to different places, to experience new things. Because
Okay,
you keep,
so really quick, not to cut you off though. Where are some of the places that you have traveled to keep that keep that drive alive?
uh, Vegas was a big one because Vegas is so different from, you know, the pond we swim in out here. It's so different out there. It
Hmm.
was people move differently. It's the city doesn't sleep, you know, and you feel when you see that everybody else is still moving, even if you get tired, you know, it's inspiration. Everybody else is moving. You don't want to get left behind, you know. It's different. I
Right.
mean, same thing as being in the city, you know. I
Nah,
think
fact.
like this, you can go to the city with no plan, and it just brings you to life. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You bring that back home and you apply it to what you're working on.
Okay. Okay.
But
Nice.
what
Okay.
about you? Because I
What about
know,
me?
yeah.
What about me?
What about, where else have you gone to keep taking steps forward? Because I know you've been around.
Yo, for sure the city, man. I know just going to all of the museums and fucking your galleries, bro. Like seeing
Oh
Mr.
yeah,
Brainwash.
definitely.
Actually meeting Mr. Brainwash. If you guys don't know who that is, Exit Through
Uh
the Gift
huh.
Shop on Netflix. Go check that out.
That's
I
right.
fucking met the guy, bro, by accident. Did not know who the fuck he was when I met him, and then I watched that shit after. I was like, oh, I met a whole famous fucking artist. Didn't know who the fuck he was.
You
Crazy.
hadn't watched Exit Through the Gift Shop yet?
Who, me? I seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
seen it
okay.
now. But when I met him, I didn't know who he
Oh.
was. Yeah, it was crazy, bro.
Oh
Crazy.
man. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. That movie was incredible.
incredible, bro. But yeah, that Atlanta I just came back from was incredible. Seeing other cities that really fucking love artists, bro, is so refreshing because we come from a smaller village, a town. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Hmm.
moderate amount of love for art, but
Hmm.
going to major cities where art is more like prominently, adored, it's just like, wow, other people love this shit too. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh,
And they appreciate completely different stuff about it too. They look for certain things. They look for different things that you might not even been paying attention to. You know,
absolutely,
they apply
absolutely,
it differently. That's why it's important to get out. You have to get out into deeper waters eventually, because other people will give you a different perspective, and you can apply it to your own work.
absolutely, bro. So boom, let's tell me one more thing because I do want to get into a bunch of your drawings you got back there, bro. But I want to also get into really quick though, like what it inspires you, man, like on the day to day. Like what other artists are you looking at this time the third and stuff like that that keeps you fresh and stuff. If you
Oh
do,
man.
because I know
See,
you've always been a fresh original dude, bro. No cap. But if you
yeah.
are, let me know.
See, the best part about what you just said is that even though we come from this small town, it's so odd that even in this small place, there's so many creative people to where we're blessed
Yeah,
enough to where like I understand Instagram is an endless rabbit hole where you can find all these artists from all these other places and stuff like that.
yeah,
But the chances are you'll never really be able to work with them or to even pick their brain. But it's
Yeah.
so great that we have this small area where there's so many other people that are creative. Like, I don't know how, and I know he's in here, and I know you're watching because I know you're working on something. But
Who's that?
somehow, Steven and I, who essentially are from the same kind of world, we're in each other's orbit without ever bumping into each other. But
Mm.
finding each
Who's
other
Steven?
recently has been great. That's definitely a whole different perspective. You know, he's into different things, which, like I said, different people that are into different stuff changes your perspective. But there's so many artists just from out here. I pay more attention to the people we have out here than these ones that are blown up on Instagram and stuff like that, because they're
My
already
guy,
at
bro.
where they need to be. I don't have to worry about them. So I worry about who's in our orbit. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
these are
for
where all the
sure, man.
young, hungry artists are. This is where the creativity is. You know, I take a lot of pride in saying that there's a lot of stuff I can do with art, but if I can't do it, then I know somebody who does.
Right.
Simple. I don't have to go nowhere. You know what I mean? I have at arm's length. I have everything I need. You know, there's so many other photographers and skilled people out here and stuff like that
For
that
sure.
I'd rather draw inspiration from. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, who's your top 5 artists, locally or famous, that
Mm.
is really like people should fucking pay attention to, I should say.
I see. I mean, at the top right now,
Shout them out. You know what I
other
mean?
other than the obvious, because if you're not being mentioned, let it be considered that it's already obvious, and do not take it as
Right.
a jab. All
Right.
right.
Don't take no frown away,
But
people, okay? 5 is
the one
very,
that you
very
should be paying
small.
attention to, that if you're not already, is absolutely what Steven has been doing between sneakers and he acts like he's not a videographer, but the boy has so much potential and talent. But Steven is
Wait, and who's
absolutely one.
Steven? Who's Steven?
Um, what's that?
Who's Steven?
Steven, he's in here. Stephen King XO.
Ah, yes, yes. He is a beast.
Man
I fuck with
is
him. I don't even
a
remember how I
presence.
fucking met him, but I fuck with him too. He's a very talented dude, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
boy's a presence. He's a freak of nature.
Yeah, for sure.
um, another one is also in here too. Is Ivan? That's my oldest son.
Hey.
This kid is so he reminds me so much of all of us, and he really. I wish he was born like 8 years before instead of when he
Right.
was, because he'd have fit right in with the rest of us.
Nice.
But he's got so much potential. Same with him
Yeah.
and Tyler.
That's
Tyler
my boy
Sanford as
too,
well.
man.
Is the boy is stupid talented effortlessly.
Right.
Because I've seen him come up with stuff and concepts and stuff like that where you can just freelance and freestyle it without much of a plan and put together perfection every time.
Sure.
Let's see.
So you got 2. I need 3 more.
Oh, that is 3. I gave you Steven, Ivan, Tyler.
Tyler. Oh, that's a fact. Oh, my bad. 2 more. That's a fact.
100% Tyler.
Yes,
Uh,
man. Wait, but let's be clear. Tyler, I need full. What? Give me his full name. I need a full title here.
oh, Tyler Sanford. Tyler
There
Sanford
we go. Yes,
is a
because there's plenty of Tylers. Yes,
Tyler Sanford is a
Sanford,
freak of nature behind the
for
camera.
sure.
And somehow in downtime is also just as good as being a producer.
Yes, yes,
Whose side hobby is also he could be just as fine with just that without what he also does.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. You know, we had to get that full, full names here, so we get the full credit. But yeah, I need 2 more then, bro.
And another one is, even though if you're not following him by now, then you just haven't been paying attention. I don't know where you've been at. You must work 6 doubles a week, but you got to mess with James. You got to fuck with
Hey,
James Ivory. It's ridiculous what this boy
Jeffrey.
is. He started at 100%, and I think since then he's just been showing off. Like he's
Yeah, I
the
think so
boy's
too.
battery is just always charged. It's ridiculous.
Yo, no, for real, bro, for real, man.
He's
Super.
another one that keeps recreating himself and stuff like that. He just keeps getting into more and more stuff. Like he's somehow was nice with the clay immediately. Like I was
Yes,
there with him like in that first week, and you'd have thought he was like doing it since high school.
right.
And the 5th has got to be DJ.
Ooh, okay.
DJ Schindler is ridiculous. He's another one where is
Art King DJ.
art, yes, all of that.
Right. That's his title. You
Rightfully,
feel me? Like he's
rightfully
still
named.
little bro.
Yeah, that's
Right.
okay. Okay, but
Right.
yeah, no, he's another one who's like is insanely good at multiple things and could take off at any time with either one. To be honest, like I love working with him, doing photography stuff during the summer and
Yeah.
doing photo shoots and stuff. So comfortable, so easy to work with, so easy to collaborate with, and then his just as much with painting and drawing and everything else, and willingness to collaborate, and it just the way he's able to just bury himself in his work. You know what I mean? And be
Yes, I
comfortable
do.
in it. That's great. Like, pop out to grab food and then just dive back into the game, like
Nah,
we've
that's a
all done.
fact, bro.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
Steven, Ivan, Tyler, James, and DJ. Great
Nice.
company.
There you go,
Absolute,
y'all.
absolute dream team.
Woo. So if any of you guys are in here, salute to you. And if you guys aren't following them, check them the fuck out because I can attest to all five of these gentlemen. They are very talented individuals in multiple lanes, man. And yeah, they need their flowers now. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
yeah,
support any way you can. Even
yes,
I
yes,
understand it's tough times right now, and I know everybody's is spending money on what they should be spending money on. Any way you can support, you can. Even if you just share and shout out, and you just spread their work out to who's following you. This stuff goes a long, long way.
yes. Like no lie, like, and it really means a
Yeah,
lot. That like, that follow, that share, that means a lot, man, for
it
us out
helps
here.
everybody grow just a little bit.
Yeah,
It moves the needle.
for
I tell
sure.
you, these things are important. They really are.
Yes. Okay, so let's get into some shit that you got back there, bro. I mean, let's get into some
Uh-oh.
artwork you got back there, man. Can
Oh, let
you
me turn around.
let's spin
Can I
around.
flip?
Where are you going? Ah, there we go, there we go, there we go. So,
Yeah, no,
brethren,
so this is how I did my closet. I had all of these 11
oh,
by
this is your
17 pieces.
closet.
Yeah, this is
Holy
my closet.
shit,
Look, so my sneakers and stuff like that in here. But no, this is how I did
bro.
my closet. When I moved into my new place, I had all of this artwork and I didn't know what to do with it. So I sort of, how you go to maybe not Zoom, it's like a Hot Topic, stuff like that, where they have the big wall and it has the different artwork of t-shirts that have stuff they
Yeah,
have there. That's what I thought of. So they have all the
wow.
work and stuff like that on the wall. Then you get the shirts underneath. So I was like, what if I just because they're all the same size. So we get all these pieces together. So
Holy
this is
shit.
how I start the day. So when you ask how you stay inspired, this is how I start the day.
Wow.
I got
So,
all my
can
guys in here
you,
with me.
yeah, so can you walk us through really quick your closet? Like the entire closet. So with your art wall, your sneakers, everything you got
Oh
going
yeah,
on in
let's
there,
do that.
bro. Looks
Let's do
like
that.
that's sick. It looks fucking dope.
Oh yeah, this is the first thing I put together.
Nice. Let's
So
see.
pop the door.
There we
It's the
go.
whole right wall as soon as you walk in.
Ooh. How many
Venom, Marty
pieces do you have
McFly's.
hung up there, bro?
What's that?
How many pieces do you have on the wall?
Uh, 3, 6, about 30, and another like 6 in the cut.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. All right, but go
Plus,
ahead. Continue.
canvases, things like that, pieces we worked on, frame pieces I still have available.
There you go.
Boy
Holla
says
at my boy, y'all.
some of the
Ooh.
most, I wouldn't say
Ooh.
famous pieces, but well known. This is my baby.
Nah, those are like your definitely
You know
famous
what I
pieces,
mean?
bro. Yes, for
Yeah,
sure.
all
If
kinds of stuff in
anybody's a
here.
fan, you guys fucking know his classic Lord SAHKE right there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's one thing I want you to elaborate on too. Is how I want you to tell younger artists how it's important to develop your own style. I think I
Yeah,
had this conversation with a lot of different artists where I'm assuming you've had that question too, where somebody's well, show me how to draw, show me how to this, or show me how to everything. You really have to. It's all trial and error. Like
yeah.
I probably got 10 or 12 books. I might only have 3 I'm willing to show you because the other ones were the
Facts,
other ones
bro.
are stepping stones you have to step on
Yes,
to develop your style.
yes.
You have to take those steps and you have to be willing to fail. It's okay.
For sure. Thank you for that, man. So matter of fact, let's dig into that a little bit more.
Yeah, man.
Like what, how, because that question is kind of, weird in a way, and I think you know what I mean by it because it's like one
Mhm.
day you kind of just have it, like
Yeah.
there's
You don't just
no,
wake up one day, you know.
yeah, like it's a long process and it's like boom, but like tell elaborate a little bit more on that, like what just
So
how long it took to develop a Lord Sake style. Go ahead.
oh man, I think building your style it's building your style and building your personality to me are one. You know what I mean? I think a lot of
Yeah,
my personality and stuff comes with my artwork because it's your artwork is supposed to be an expression of you. It's
for sure.
you know, it's an outreach of yourself. This is you showing how you are visually to other people so that they can see how you are on the inside. So
Yeah,
somebody asking you to give them a style or to help them draw is akin to them asking you to give you a personality,
right, basically.
which is a yeah, it's a
That's
wild
a great way
question.
to put
So
it,
yeah,
bro. Yeah,
yeah. So it's a wild question because I'm not going to tell you. And now I have to tell you what to find funny and what to enjoy and the people you like
exactly.
now. No, you have to go out and you have to experience these things for yourself. Find the kind of people you like to be around, the circle you need to be around,
Yeah,
the city you're going to be in, the food you like to eat. These things, all these things go into building your style. It's not
yeah,
something you can just go get on Amazon or something. You have to develop this yourself. You know, you
yeah.
have to be willing to make mistakes. Like I said, you have to try and see what works and stuff like that. I have styles and stuff I've dove into where I was like, oh, that'd be cool, and it doesn't work out, which is fine. There's nobody's batting 1,000. You don't have to be perfect because it's like I said, you have to take those steps to develop your style.
I dig
But
it,
it's worth
bro.
it because when you come out on the other side, you have something that is uniquely yours, something that you can set along a wall with 10 other artists and people will be able to pick out and say that's
That's
yours.
a fact. That's a
Not because
fact.
you signed the corner, not because your name's on the side, but because they can tell that's yours. You know
That's a
what I
fact.
mean?
Yes.
Because I can see yours from across the street and not have to think twice.
Yours too, bro. Yours too. Like I know Max. You know what I'm saying? Like I know a little
Yeah,
soccer
man.
is anywhere, bro. I'm like, nah, my boy did that. I
I
know.
appreciate
Like,
you.
you know what I'm saying? For sure, bro. So you got like 30 plus pieces you got there behind you. Can you tell me I need your top 10.
Oh
Now, I want
boy.
you to, I know, this is
Let's see if
hard,
they're in
but I
there.
want you to
Or
dig,
is.
and I need a top 10 and plus why. Why these 10 particular pieces connect to you personally.
Let's see. Some of them I even have hanging up here. Some of them are still in books and things like that. Let's
All
see.
right, well, shit. If, if you're willing to show the ones in the books, cool, you know. But yeah.
Let me get there. Let's. Where are you? You're in here. Let's see. So
Hey.
my
By the way,
litmus.
you guys are welcome, bro. I'm giving y'all a glimpse of fucking Lord Sake's whole brain. You're welcome. But go ahead, bro. My fault.
So my litmus test
Ooh,
for yeah, you know who that is.
that's
So
in my top five, bro, of yours. That's in my
I
top five.
appreciate you. I appreciate you.
That
My
koi,
yeah. So my litmus test sort of is every few years I work on a new koi fish. Sort of
nice.
just to test where I'm at, you know. It's just so
Yes,
that way I'm staying in somewhat the same style. It's the same
yes,
kind of piece and I just want to see how I can do it differently and how I can do it better. The reason that you do the koi fish, and the reason why if you see somebody with the koi fish tattooed swimming downwards is that it's wrong, is
right.
because the story behind the koi fish is that it's supposed to swim upstream against the current, against everything that's harder to eventually achieve turning into the dragon. So
That's a
you take
fact.
something that's basically weak and turned into, the most powerful thing you can do. So
That's a fact.
every few years you draw the new koi fish and you're metaphorically you're swimming upstream further. You know what I mean?
I love that, bro. I love that. By the way, I have an ex that she got that shit tattooed down, and I tried to tell her, but she didn't want to fucking listen. But I'm like, you know what? Go ahead, do what the fuck you want to
Well,
do, bro. Your shit
that's why it
fucking
didn't work
boom.
out.
Exactly. I'm like, yo, but anyway, go ahead, bro.
But yeah, man. No, doing the koi fish is a lot of fun. That's why I don't know if you saw the one I delivered to a friend of ours. You remember James Buckley? He
Of
commissioned
course,
me to
I'm from
do
Buckley,
probably
bro.
one of the biggest pieces I've ever
Okay,
done. I
bro.
think it was like a 2.5 foot long canvas that I did of this koi fish. It took me like 2 months, I think, to finish.
Ooh,
Yeah, but I took it
nice.
all over. Like I said, how you have to travel to stay inspired. I took that
Yeah,
piece all over the place. I took it to Middletown. I took it to Poughkeepsie and all these other places just to help work on. But it's important to keep taking those steps to see where you're at.
for sure.
Um, I would say my second piece has got to be. It's sort of lumped together, but I'd say a whole series of black women.
Right.
They're scattered
I
throughout
do.
here
Yes.
that I've all tried my best to keep in somewhat of a positive light
Right.
because I just don't feel black women are represented enough, and even if they are, it's not always exactly in a positive light, especially in art.
Okay.
You know what
I
I
agree,
mean?
bro. Yes, I
It's
do.
I know you see it. It's over sexualized and things like that. So it's important to find representation. You know,
Yes.
so try to use what I do to apply that or to make that available. You know, um,
Sure. So that's 9. So now we're at the 8.
the eight is the Arnold. I'd have to say
Ooh.
only because it's not because of how well it came out or things like that, but I think it's because um, being that we at least I know we both did, but we became artists really young, I'd say, or at least began to pull inspiration towards becoming an artist as a young age. So it was
For
cool
sure.
too, because when I was younger, like the first things I did was to draw the stuff you saw on TV because that's what was available. You weren't
Yeah.
going on Google and stuff like that yet. You were using what was on TV. So when I
Fact.
first started, we would draw what was on TV, drew Dragon Ball Z characters and whatever was on TV.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's cool to go back now and to properly do these pieces that we couldn't do when we were younger.
Yeah.
You know, so it pulls it all together.
There you go. Beautiful, bro. Wait, so is Arnold your favorite character from the show?
Um, yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'd say so.
Okay.
You know,
And I fucks with Arnold because he was a cool
yeah,
ass kid, bro. Like he wasn't into drama. He was just like trying to live his fucking life regularly. You feel me?
yeah. Now
He
the
was
cool thing
always
about
giving me
Arnold, he
shit.
did the same thing I like to do. Is you bring people together. You know what I mean? He was
Yeah.
like the centerpiece for everybody else, and everybody's different, but he brought everybody together, which is fire.
Smooth brother, man.
Oh
Word though.
man,
All right, boom. So now we're down to 7.
seven. Let's see. I say the Martys, just because of how fire they came out.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just because it was a little different from what I was doing, but I was trying out different styles at the same time, like using these
Yes.
diamonds and things like that, and finding depth. Like I know you can't probably tell, but there's maybe I'd say 20 different shades of blue in there, just to keep these diamonds like layered and things like that.
Crazy, bro.
So you keep all of these little layers inside the back and the sole, stuff like that.
Yo, you guys, if you guys don't see the level of detail, honestly, the cameras are gonna do it just, but if you guys ever get a chance to see one of his pieces in person, you will really, really begin to appreciate the level of detail. Because this is one guy that I do know. He does not skip out on fucking detail, yo.
I
At all, bro. And that's one thing I commend
appreciate
him
you.
for always like he's not gonna miss it. It's nothing's getting missed.
Oh
Everything's
yeah. Now
purposely
we
for a reason. Anything on the page is there for a reason. There's no accident, you feel me, for him. And that's what makes him a master. But go ahead, bro. Go
appreciate
ahead.
you. Now we definitely
Yeah.
overanalyze and then analyze again.
Yes.
But as far as detail, this has got to be maybe the second best one, probably with these
Okay.
roses and stuff like that. These elephants are. A lot of people like these too. These
Yes.
are really popular. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I have one. I don't have that one, but I have the one, the elephant to the
Mhm.
side. So no, wait. No, wait. Is it that one? Wait, see now
Yep,
I have to
it's
go
this one.
look. Is that one? Yeah. Okay, I
Yep,
bet.
because I
That's the
still
one I
have.
have.
I remember taking the picture when you got
All
this
right,
one.
yes. So when
Yeah,
that one's worth like 100 grand, yeah, holla at me,
yeah,
dog. I'm auctioning it
yeah.
off.
This
You
is
heard?
if we're ranking like pieces that have been sold, this one's like by far first day and second place.
Yo, that's a classic right there. And that's what I said with that classic sake style. It's like if I see that anywhere, I'ma fucking know who did that.
Appreciate you.
Without the logo or the, you know what I mean, the
Yeah,
tag,
man.
anything, you know, I'ma just know. But yeah,
Yeah, because I didn't even sign these. These are all raw, you know.
right,
Let's
right.
see. So another thing that's cool, like I was saying, is as far as not like duplicating pieces, but sort of recreating things as you get older and finding
Yeah,
pieces that you're good at.
absolutely.
Was I'd say a few years ago, I did this diamond skull, which I was
Ooh,
taking the style from this one and trying to apply it to a shape to where you could still tell what it is, you know.
yes.
So this was fire. It came out really great. I was happy with it. I have no complaints.
That
But
shit is fire.
let's do,
So is that six? Can we say that's six? The
yeah,
skull? Okay.
yeah.
So
So
now
what
we the
we're gonna
five.
do is see
Ooh,
how,
yo, that shit is like scary. It's
yeah.
so so
So this was a
deep,
few years
bro.
later. This is a
Jesus.
few years later.
How long
I
did
took
that
that
take
same
you?
concept. Oh man, uh, probably a few hours, 5 to 6 days a week for maybe 2 months.
So what? 2 to 3 hours for 5 days straight for 2 months. Wow.
Yeah. So about yeah.
I'm not a math genius,
It's
but that's a lot of time.
nice. Coming home from work, get something to eat, and then you dive into this for a few hours.
There you
And
go.
it's like I said, there's probably about 30, 30-ish different shades of pink and stuff like that. And it all is you take one marker, and one marker is one space, and you
Right.
move on to the next one, and it's moving the needle 1% until it's done.
There you go. Wow, bro. So, like executing things like that, is that like therapeutic for you, or like how do you stay consistent? Because me personally now, something like that would probably drive me to fuck off the wall. But it's like you, is
No, so I
that
found
therapeutic
early
for you?
on, yeah. So for whatever, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but I like to take on the most like difficult thing I can do. So at the time,
I love it, bro.
this seemed like the most annoying, difficult thing because it feels even better. You know, it's like climbing the tallest mountain. It's worth it
Yes,
when you finish it. You know, but
absolutely.
nah. So when I was younger, like my biggest role model was Kobe Bryant, and
Okay.
anything he did, I watched. Any interview he did, I listened. And he always said that because, like I said, the same thing with him is you see everything he's doing, and as a whole, it seems exhausting almost.
Yeah.
But what he always said is that he breaks things down to like the smallest, minute detail. You know, so
Yeah.
looking at the whole thing as a full scope, yeah, that's obviously a daunting task to get as much of that done as possible.
Yeah.
But no, I break things down as small as possible, and then all you worry about is that little piece that's in front of you, and then once that's done, you move on to the next one. You know what I
That's
mean?
beautiful, bro.
Because if you
That's
look
so
at the whole
beautiful.
thing as a full scope, it's exhausting, and I think that's what stops a lot of people from doing bigger pieces or starting in general. To be honest,
Wow.
but
Hats off to
yeah.
you.
So that segue is perfect because this is like the perfect example of that.
Ooh. Yes, it's octopus, man. I remember
Yeah,
this.
this is one of my favorite pieces I've ever done.
Oh. And that's a two-pager, right? Is that in your
Yeah,
book?
so this is one of the ones in the book.
Wow.
But
Y'all
this is like,
welcome. Y'all got to
yeah,
see inside Lord SAHKE's book. Yeah, you heard? Y'all welcome.
yeah, he's exclusive. Oh man, but yeah, like I said, when it came time to color this, because as ridiculous as it sounds, it didn't bother me too much doing the line work and stuff like that. Like getting the black and white, it was just the color that I knew was going to be a brick wall to get through.
Right.
But yeah, I found eventually the color scheme I wanted to go to, and I would go with the smallest little section. So I'd say just in this little
Holy
area,
moly.
and I
Yes.
would worry about just this. I would get this done, and then you move on to something else. Because if you look at getting all that done at once, then yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. But,
Right. Yo,
but
exactly.
yeah. So that would be my main piece of advice, and I think that goes for everything. It goes for working out, cleaning the house, whatever you're doing. Break things
Yeah.
down to small pieces, and it doesn't seem as difficult. You know.
Heard that, bro. Heard that. Thanks for those words of wisdom, man. So, where we at now? I think this is top three now.
Yeah, let's do that. Might not even be that one. Where's that watermelon one? Here she is.
Ooh, I remember this.
So everybody
Ooh,
knows what we started with is that a lot of us started with graffiti was like the first thing we started with.
yes, bro.
So
That's what I
even though I
definitely know
branch
you
out to other
for.
things, which was difficult enough to pull away from this because this is a comfort zone. So
Yeah,
like a lot of things in life, you get comfortable doing certain things you don't really want to open up, but
yeah,
it's worth it to try different things. But I always go back to what I started with. I think it's important to stick with what started you, what got you there. You know what I mean?
yes.
Same way it's
So
important to stick with the people who got you there.
for sure, bro. So while we're on the topic of graffiti, though, really quick, let's talk a little bit about that, man. Like, what
Uh-oh.
got you involved in that?
Um, a little bit. There's a few things. So I don't know, lucky enough to where my father, actually both of our fathers, I'd say, grew up in that era where graffiti started. You know what I
That's a
mean?
fact.
Like where a lot of this stuff started. You know. So like
Yeah,
my dad he still has old jean jackets with his name on the back and Adidas jumpsuit and shit like that. You know.
yeah. Your dad is cool as
So
hell, bro. He type
yeah,
scary, but he cool as hell, bro.
he's 100% where I get all of this from. I owe a lot of this to him. But
Yes.
yeah, no, he gave me a lot of inspiration for stuff like this. Not directly, but you know, you pick up on little things.
Yeah.
But my father actually drew, which is where I probably started. But he showed me old books and stuff that he had, and he showed me little graffiti things that he did.
That's
And
fire.
I he didn't know it right away, but I took that and ran with it as
Right.
fast as possible, for
Yeah,
better or for worse.
that's a fact.
But yeah, no, I started with that, and I somehow found other people that were into it. You know, James, Harwin, everybody else, and
Shout out
all
to
of
them.
this big circle we found that all sort of started in that same little area, and we all branched out to different things.
That's a fact, bro. I. So, I mean, are you still writing? Like, how old is that piece that you have in that book there? Like, are you still, I mean,
So I'm
not
still,
not to incriminate nobody, you still writing in your books, we should say.
oh yeah. No, so we keep it, yeah. So unless you get to those commission pieces, nobody's gonna pay you to go out there and vandalize.
That's a
So
fact.
it's
They're hurting here.
I don't know. At the time, I felt like it was worth it. It was exhilarating to feel like I was getting away with something I wasn't supposed to get away with,
Right.
and it was fun for the time. But you know, they say at a certain age you got to put childish things away,
Yeah,
or at least learn to adapt to where it's going to work with your new life. You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah. So illegally, no, not at all. But ways
There you
that'll get
go.
me
Good.
paid, ways that'll get me paid, absolutely. So
Heard
let's
that.
see. This was one of the more recent ones I did where the style is completely blown up.
Ooh,
So
that is crazy.
when I do certain graffiti pieces, I try to apply certain styles and certain tricks and stuff like that to certain ones. But I figured it'd be fun to do one where you just apply everything. Any
Yes.
tool I had, any rock I could kick over, she's in here.
Holy
You know what I mean?
shit, bro.
So
So,
any bending style and stuff like that I could throw in here.
so what does that say for those that can't read that?
Yeah, other than just me. Uh, so any graffiti piece I have is always gonna say sake. I always write the same thing.
Okay.
You know what to
Right.
expect.
There you go. Wow,
Yeah.
bro. That shit is crazy, bro.
So and actually I chose sake
See?
because
Now,
if
yo,
you
bro, it's crazy. Now that you said it, I can fucking see it easily now.
oh
That's
yeah, you know what
crazy.
to look for.
Yo,
It's
that's,
the S
yo, psychology is a hell of a
A
thing, bro. I
H.
really
Oh yeah,
do.
it really is.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes,
Yes,
SAHKE, which is the
yes.
same thing as my name on here. But no, I picked sake because if you write it out, it's as symmetrical of a name that you can get without repeating the letters.
Nice.
So so
Wow.
if you think about, and I'm talking about them all capitalized, not lowercase. But
Yes,
if you write out a capital H, you split it down the middle, you can still fold it in half. You
that's a
split it
fact.
vertically down the middle, you can still see it half and half. The A and the K, all right, let's see if we can find a different example, but it's a little simpler. So the A and the K are just about the same. They both
Right.
have the two legs on the bottom. They both have a break right in the middle. They're just about the same as each other. And the E and the S, which if I had three hands, I could show you, start They're sort
One
of the
day.
same. So you see how one is down, up, down, over, over, and they go the same way. It's essentially the same pattern reversed over here.
Yeah.
So they balance each other out. And then the H flips it in the middle, and bang.
Dope.
And the extra little flares, it just sounds Asian, which fits perfectly.
Right. Perfect.
That's just
Exactly.
that's just bonus point.
Ah, yo, hilarious, bro. Heard that. Heard that. So yeah, boom. So yeah, before I stopped you on your third, we're still at now 2-1. You know,
2-1.
let's
Let's see.
let's finish this top 10. So 2-1, man. 2-1.
So
For
we're gonna
those
put
that
2-1. We're gonna put
yeah.
2-1 next to each other, and I'm not gonna
Okay.
put them in any place.
All
I
right.
don't know
Right.
who's 2 and who's 1, but so both of these are 16 by 20 pieces that you had to have seen by now. But
Ooh, the
one's the
Vegeta's one.
evolution of Vegeta, which took
Ooh,
me, I'd say, about 3 months to finish, which in person is ridiculous. I got them
that's a
both framed by
classic.
now. I got them both framed. So there's the regular one, a Saiyan, and a Great Ape.
Yeah.
And you can see I put my flowers on almost anything.
Absolutely.
I try to find something subtle. It's my version of the Nike check. You know what I mean? I have all these
Yes.
pieces that are different. I have all these pieces that are different, but I have something small that can pull them all together. You know,
Absolutely, bro.
Nike has all
Absolutely.
these different products, but you can find the check on everything. So this is my Nike check, right? And the other one is the other Vegeta one I did, where it has
Ooh,
every form. So it shows how you develop over time and how you get better over time. It comes
yes.
back to swimming upstream. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah, these pieces are important. We're not just doing anything out here.
Right. Doing things with meaning and purpose.
Right.
No,
So,
absolutely, man.
hey man, I got stuff everywhere in here.
Hey, shit.
Uh,
That's a dream. That's a dream
you
come
want to
true,
see?
bro.
You want to see what else I got in here?
For sure. Oh, ah, that's crazy, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, sir.
I moved around, but she came with me.
Damn. Yo, shit, bro. Hey.
I love when you were doing this came and go. So I'm glad I was around when you were working on
Yes,
this because this came
yes.
and went. You picked up
Ab-
on it, perfected it right away, and moved on to something else.
Yo, it's crazy though, bro, because I just started doing actually more clouds. I'm like clouding somebody's fucking ceiling. So more about
See,
that. I'll talk to you
that's
later.
what I
I
like to
know.
hear.
Right.
That's what I
So,
like to hear.
but no, that's like one of like out of this pink cloud shit, bro, it's like one of four, one of three. So I'm
Yeah,
really
I
you have it,
remember.
bro. Yeah, you know what I mean? It really went to the right people. No
We
cap.
were running hard at this point. I remember, I think you and I
Well,
together, I remember doing 2 shows in the same weekend. I remember,
yeah.
I
It's on our shit, bro.
remember running through, the vineyard at Wurtsboro and cashing out over there and then packing up and opening up in Middletown the very next day.
Yo, bro, just going ham, you feel me? But that's why
Yeah,
I was really happy that you were there with me, bro, because I got somebody that I admire and respect can just run with me without me worrying about them necessarily because it's like I know you're gonna deliver, I know you're gonna stick with it, and I know you're gonna produce and
absolutely.
benefit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Yeah,
yo, there's no better person to be alongside with that journey with, man, than you, no
than
cap.
you,
Hey,
than you.
hey, bro. So yo, that's
Nice.
crazy. Yeah, yeah,
That was
yeah.
a great time. Having you there was a great safety net. You know what I mean? Because there's all these
Yeah,
different artists and they're all into different stuff. But I knew I had somebody else that knew the same story as me. You know, like came from the same stuff,
yeah,
does it for the same reason, is into the same things. You know,
yeah.
and
Because
it's
as you
crazy
can
because we're
see,
so different as artists completely. That's why I like that you're my balance, you're my other half for certain
that's a
things. You know what I
fact,
mean?
bro. Absolutely,
The styles are
absolutely.
completely different, but neither one of us is wrong.
Right. Ah.
There's multiple ways to be right. You don't have to follow what anybody else is doing. There's more than
Yeah,
one way to do it the right way.
that's definitely one reason why I fucking respect you, bro. Because it's like
You too,
you stick
absolutely.
you stick with your guns. You feel me? And then
That's
I
right.
got
I'm
your
telling you,
back
this
pretty
stuff will
much.
pay
You
off.
feel me?
This stuff will absolutely pay off. Remember going to painting sips with this guy,
My
doing shit
first
like this.
one, yo, you were there for. Oh shit!
Doing shit like this.
Yo, that's the first paint sip I've ever done, bro.
And this was not Malik. This is me.
Yo, facts. That was
And anybody
mad
who knows, I do
intense,
not
bro.
paint. I
Yo,
do
until
not
that
paint.
day,
And I should
I
have, and I don't. And I refuse to move in that direction for whatever reason. I was stubborn as shit.
you are,
But
but that's why I love you, bro.
I painted because Malik was hosting. So
So, so yo, like, no lie though, like, how was it from your perspective, like, of that day? Because that was my first time instructing, and definitely it was like
so
more people than I expected. So, like,
yeah. So
how did you?
it
How,
was
how I
extraordinary.
do?
To be I loved it. I loved it because it was cool to see you in a different element, but to see you already becoming comfortable in it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it wasn't taking long. The one thing Relly and I always say, you're the one man party, is somehow like
One man
you're
party.
you're the guy that knows
Uh,
everybody when you don't know them yet. You know what I mean? You have this way of just making everybody comfortable, and bringing people in. You have a certain charisma that brings people in together. So hosting, all it did was bring two different parts of your personality together, bringing people together and making people feel comfortable while you show them how to be creative and work on art.
damn, bro. Much love, man.
Absolutely. So it was great, and I've seen you get better and better and better at it
Yeah,
naturally, as I expected you to. You know what I mean? You
absolutely.
didn't start in a bad place at all. You started already doing well,
Yeah,
like I expect you to.
heard you, bro. But boom. So, we spoke a little bit about the past, the present. Let's talk about the future now, man. Like, where is Lord Sake going? Like, give me
Oh
one
man.
year from now, Sake, 5 years, and then 10 years.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. That's tough. You know why it's tough? Is I feel like there's gonna be stuff we'll be able to do in 10 years that I don't even know about yet.
I agree, bro. And that's a
You know?
great fucking answer. I agree.
You
I
know?
totally
I
agree.
feel like there's windows that are gonna be open that I can't even look through yet.
Yeah.
But as far as tangible stuff, I'd say as far as starting a website, the one thing I've really always wanted to do was to start a clothing line.
Yeah.
I always haven't been able to have the time to put full effort into these things as much as I would like to. But I like I said, you can only not like I said, but as far as you can show people your art and show it and show it and show it. But I think as far as having a clothing line to be fire because now your art is out there showing itself without you having to do anything.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So now if you look at it a certain way, you have like this moving gallery moving around. You don't have to do anything.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't even as far as being lucrative. I just thought it would be cool to have my stuff moving around, without having to do anything.
Right. Okay, so what? That's in the next year, right? So give me 5 years. What's good, everybody just tuning in? Yeah, I'm kind of late to saying what up because I've been really indulged in this conversation with my guy.
Yeah, I
Oh, we're
missed
talking to
too.
you guys. This is like also a sidebar of us catching up, no cap in general. So yeah,
Yeah.
we've been really.
Now this is pretty fire because when we link up, when we get up together without Instagram and stuff like this is how it
Yeah,
is. So This
yeah,
is
yo,
this
that's
is
a
all
fact,
y'all get to
bro.
hang out with.
This is real regular
Yeah.
shit, like type shit. It's real regular.
So when I sneak up on you in Middletown and we go get food from
Ah,
Olivia and shit like that,
yes, out to Olivia's Empanadas, yo.
right?
John's
So when we get
Pizza.
together, this is what it's like. All those artist meetups and stuff like that. This is how it is. You catch up.
That's a fact, man. But yeah, so that's 1 year. Now what about 5 years from now?
So if 1 year would be starting the clothing line, then 5 years would be storefront or having it in a store,
Ooh,
things like that. You know what I mean?
okay.
I think I'd be more
Yes.
interested in having it in a storefront than I would and be like just sticking it in Macy's and hoping it works. You
I
know,
agree.
but I have
Yes.
my own like round two type thing, something like
Yes.
that. Along those lines.
Okay. So what would it be called?
Ooh,
Ooh.
something creative. I'm sure we get
Something creative.
yeah,
That sounds good.
something creative. We crossed that bridge when we got there. You know what I mean?
Okay, heard you. I like that. Keep it on the hush hush. You know, that's how a
What would
fucking that's how
I'm
you're supposed
interested
to do
though.
it, bro.
What would be your 1 year and 5 year?
1 year from now, I want to be on an art tour.
I like that.
So a bunch of
I like you in Atlanta. I liked you in Atlanta a lot. That seemed to fit.
yeah,
You know?
I agree, bro. It was very fun. But like, and this is what I was talking about before about leaving where you are, and like you were saying about moving around the
hmm
leaving, because I know you're definitely adamant that you know what I'm saying, you've been out of
hmm
Middletown, you've been this time and third. So you know how it is to be in another environment, to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable again. So what Atlanta would taught me is like, first of all, people love people from New York off rip.
Yeah.
If you tell
No, for
anybody
whatever
you're from New
reason.
York, it don't matter where you are in the state of New York, like they're gonna be like, ooh, New York, ooh, you know what I'm saying? That's
hmm
one. So two, Atlanta is a art city. It's very art forward. So they really appreciated my art and appreciated me for
Oh,
pursuing
I
it.
bet.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like I
bet.
got a lot of respect there for just art, and people
hmm
wasn't second guessing my pricing. You know what I'm saying? Here and there. You know what I'm saying? A little finagling. You
hmm
know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, you always find that.
with you. You know what I'm saying? End of the day, boom, boom, whatever. But it's like
hmm
the most part, I'll say something, and it is, and it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? And they'll
hmm
either expect that price, cop it, or just not. But yeah,
That's another thing I think that's important to get into is knowing what your art is worth. And
yeah.
I
Talk to me
think
about
that
that.
you need to, because we've seen it with a lot of artists, that'll water down the price because of the
Yeah.
demographic they have around them. And
Yes.
it's not fair to
Fuck
yourself
that. Fuck that. Yes.
because missing out on this money that you more than deserve just because of the area that's around you. And it's unfortunate that it's not as easy for you to make the money that you should be getting just because of the area that you live in, but that absolutely does not mean that you should be selling out. Not selling out, but selling yourself short.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've seen a lot of artists where they work for months and stuff like that and certain things. And I know a lot of love and stuff like that goes into these pieces, and you see them go for much less than they should, and
Yeah.
it's great to see them go for what they should be. So,
Right.
like I said, stick to your guns and get what your art is worth because you put a lot of time in it. It's not cheap to be an artist. It really isn't.
It's not. It's not.
Not cheap.
Tell him,
It's
bro.
not at all. It's not cheap. Every little thing costs money. 'Cause even when you start a
Yeah.
piece, you're already getting a whole certain amount just because of materials, just to get these things
Yes.
in front of you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Like,
Yeah.
these markers and paints we buy, you know what I'm saying? Like a good marker, bro, is like what? 4, 3, 4, $5, bro, for a
$4 or $5
solid
for one, and you
bro,
see how much
one.
color goes into one.
That's what I'm saying. That's for one. Now
Yeah.
imagine people all like multiply that by every color he has on that ship, like, yo, and that's only the bare minimum of what it should possibly cost because that's just material. You gotta factor in
hmm
time, design, for him to think about it. For him, you know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure. You
these things
want to
cost, man.
see? You want to see how those guys show? They show money on Instagram. This is what money actually looks like.
Yo, facts, bro.
This is what
Yo,
money.
that's stacks. That's racks on racks on racks on racks on racks.
This is
Oh, tell him, bro. Tell him. That's a couple hundred right
ridiculous.
there, bro. No cap.
This is why, this is
Almost
like
a
10
thousand.
years. This is like 10 years of birthdays coming and only asking for like AC Moore gift cards.
There you
Like,
go. There you fucking go. For real, man. Let them know,
yeah.
man. This shit is not cheap. So all the artists
So
out there, you buying your supplies, factor all that in, when you start to try to think about a price. Because I know
yeah.
pricing is hard. So actually really about that, before we go, can you give a brief overview of like how you price? because that's always been a
Um,
thing that people always even ask me. They're like, "What should I charge this for?" And I'll be like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, "Well, there's 100. I mean,
yeah,
when
that's
you
another thing.
feel
It's
like there's
almost
a
like
hundred
the
questions, you know what I mean? Go ahead, bro.
yeah, it's almost like the give me a style question because
You're right.
I don't
Exactly.
know, yeah, I don't know what your time is worth. I don't know what your materials. Like I know for you, when you comes to painting, you can sell a bigger piece for more money. But the problem is buying a bigger canvas costs more money. So
Right.
so it's a double-edged sword. But as far as like you have to price about what your materials are worth, what your time is worth, stuff like that. Like I learned from Miss Kilgore, I haven't done it because I'm stubborn, but what she told me years ago to do is to start a timer when you start drawing
Yo, me
and
too. I always
stop it.
forget
Yeah,
this.
she told us the same thing.
Yo,
Start it
bro.
when you start and end it when you end, and add that
Yeah.
time up when you're done. And you find the number that you feel is worth multiplying it by,
Right.
and then you factor in supplies and stuff like that. But you should
Yeah.
literally be paid for your time.
Right. Wow, bro.
Step
That's crazy that you said that because I remember that and I always forget to time myself. People ask me like how
Yeah,
long this took, I'll be like, I don't know, it just took some time of my day,
yeah. Like
sometimes.
man, I started at one point and now it's done.
Yeah, and then
Like,
I'm finished. Here we are talking about it. But yeah, bro, that's something I always forget to do. So, if you guys want to try that, give it a go. I'm still working on that myself,
yeah,
so
I've been
one day I'll
stubborn
do
about it. I like to just get in and get started. I don't want to think about what my time is because you take
it. Me
breaks and
too.
stuff like that. You know,
Exactly.
you get in and out the zone. But you don't want to go as tedious as something like that. Just
Yeah,
figure out what your time is really worth and the amount of time you're putting into these things. If you're putting hours and hours every day, that you could be spending with other people, that you could be doing other things
exactly.
with your time. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
it's no matter what you're doing, you're sacrificing it to not be doing something else. As
absolutely, man.
far as your time and
Wow.
what your materials are worth, just get your money's worth. Because we all like to see artists get paid what they're worth.
Absolutely, bro. Damn, bro. So with that being said, I really appreciate your time
Oh
that
yeah,
you are
absolutely.
speaking with me.
Thank you for having me. This was great. This was
Yeah,
absolutely
bro.
great.
Shit. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do a part two. We're
Oh
gonna do
yeah,
this again. We're gonna link each other in person. Maybe the next one we can be in the same room. That'd be really tight.
yeah, that'd be
Um,
fine.
yeah, so damn. Anybody that's just joining in, this is Lord SAHKE here. I'm interviewing one of the dopest artists that I've got the pleasure of knowing
Oh
and
boy,
creating alongside
appreciate
of.
you.
Getting his flowers right now. You feel me? Because when he blow and people's like, "Oh, you don't know him?" Like, yeah, nah, I fucking do know him. Like, we had this whole fucking conversation. Like, don't play me. I'm giving you flowers now, bro, because you definitely
I
deserve it.
appreciate you.
When your time
It means a
is,
lot coming from you because I know you know what you're doing.
hey, man. Like I said, I've always been learning. I've been watching from the shadows before I popped up, bro. For real, bro. Like
Yeah,
the people that's been doing it the longest and I can still talk to and it's still relevant and has been only getting better and reinventing yourself every time, bro. And I really
I can
admire
say the
that.
exact same about you, bro. Thank you.
Word, man. So, yo, hope you have a blessed 2021. I'm gonna talk to
You
you
too.
soon. Much
Absolutely.
love, bro.
Love you, baby.
I love you, man. All right.
Later.
Peace. Ah.
Yeah.
Word. Get out of here. All right, yo. Word. That was Lord Sake. That's my boy, man. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I have no title for this thing that I'm doing, but I will be doing more interviews with different artists. So if you're interested, hit me. I do got a list of artists that I already want to feature on here. So maybe I can work you in. If you want to be featured, we'll figure it out. But catch me next.